Hello, welcome to the video. So what we have here today is the Boss Katana MK2 head and the Twin Reverb Tone Master. So what I've done is I've taken out one of the 12-inch Neo Jensen speakers out of the Twin Reverb, put it in a cabinet and underneath the Boss amp, as you can see here in the unfinished cabinet. So I'm going to compare amps with the same speakers. Now, the guitar is a Fender 62 Telecaster with a American neck on it. So I've changed the neck to a, maple fretboard neck. So on this video, I'm just trying to do some simple chording, and I kind of stayed away from a lot of lead stuff. So I just want to compare and try to match the amps a little bit. So as I'm playing each clip, I'm slowly kind of EQing the Boss amp to sound a little bit more like the Twin, just so I can match EQ. Because if one has more treble or one has more bass, it's going to sound a little bit different. One might sound better than the other. They're pretty close when I start the first clip, as you'll hear, but on the second and third clips, I sort of went in there and cut a little bit of bass back and cut a little bit of treble back on the Boss amp. So, hopefully you enjoy the video, and this might give you a good idea of what the amps, sound like, using the same speaker. And in the room, I prefer the Twin Reverb amp. It just sounds more like a tube amp, even though they're both digital amps. It just has a little more presence, and just, it sounds like the real deal, and it spreads the sound more. And I'm trying to, match that on the Boss amp by EQing it a little bit. But it's weird because they're both the same speakers on both amps, but for some reason the Twin Reverb just sounds fuller and just sounds like the real deal, And the cabinets are gonna make a difference too. But so that's my idea of sort of coming in here and just EQing the Boss amp slowly. And I don't have it matched perfect, but this will just give you a rough idea of how they sound. If anything, the bass sounds tighter on the Boss Katana amp versus the Twin. The Twin is a little more flubbier and kind of mushier sounding on the bass. And the treble is not quite as piercing on the Twin as it is on the Boss amp. So there's, some things to consider. And of course, it depends on what guitar you're using. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video, and this will just give you a rough idea of what these sound like. Okay, to start this test, I'm going to do both amps with no reverb. So this is just straight into the amps, no effects. So we'll start with the Boss Katana.